just can't do that. Oh my God, that's painful. Oh my God. Never do that. Oh, jeez. Howdy everybody, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And I'm just coming to you today with a thing, a few records and a couple things. And then I'm just going to kind of not be around for, it's going to be a while. I'm not dead, I'm doing other stuff. Okay. Well, I may be dead. I can't foresee the future like that anyway. Okay, go on. The first thing I just wanted to thank you-know-who out there. Went to Starbucks today to trade in my gift certificate deal. Okay. And so anyway, I was by myself. So I just wasn't going to get coffee and sit there. So I thought, well, I have to do this because I'm doing this other stuff. What can I do? So I thought, well, I can buy some coffee, right? And I never buy. I was always instant coffee. I have a coffee maker, okay, but so anyway, I'm in there. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, I feel like. First of all, I couldn't even get in the parking lot because there's so many people in line for the drive-thru. I had to park across the street, and I walked over, and then I'm looking around, and I feel like totally out of place because I don't do anything. I don't go to the mall, so I was out there. That was the nearest one out in the mall area. All right, I drive through it to get to the Goodwill, which I don't go to anymore. But so anyway, I was in there, and I had to go up to the lady. I said, I got a gift certificate, and I have a coffee maker at home, but I don't have a grinder, and so I don't know what to do. She goes, well, you can just pick some coffee off the shelf, and we'll grind it for you. And I thought, well, okay, that's good. She kind of looked at me like, what are you, an idiot? Anyway, but it doesn't matter. So I picked this coffee off the shelf. It's medium roast, whole bean, cocoa, and subtle spice, whatever that means. And I took her up to her, and she said, sir, what kind of coffee maker do you have? And I said, well, you open the top and you pour water into it. It drips through a filter. She said, well, what shape is your filter? And I went, what shape is my filter? She says, is it a cone or is it flat? And I went, oh, cone or flat? I went, well, it's kind of cone shaped, but then it's flat on the bottom. Is that like a cone or a flat? Like a pointed cone? And she said, it's flat. Okay. So she took it and they ground it and they gave it to me. And that was the end of it. And I left. It's in a plastic thing. One day I was on this big googly eye, like, oh my God, I got to get some googly eyes. And well, I didn't actually buy a pack of googly eyes. I bought the book with the googly eyes in the book because it was a fabulous, clean book. Preschool look and see book, Baby Animals. So I thought what I would do, since it's a new year and everybody's snuggling inside with their fireplace and their fire and their brandy and stuff because it's fucking cold outside, I thought I'd read the book. Okay, well, this is interesting. I thought, but I would see they've got the googly eyes, and then you open it, and the next page has googly eyes because it's the same googly eyes that were in this page, but the cat has no googly eyes whatsoever. The cat has a vacant. I thought what I would do is I'd put on these glasses. Okay, you can buy googly eye glasses, but I don't have it. This is not going to work. This is not going to work because there's no way I could do this without hurting myself. I don't know if you can see this or not. I bought horror eyeballs the same day I was looking for googly eyes, so I'm just going to read the book with the horror eyeballs in. All right, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a dog named Buddy. Buddy's owner didn't want Buddy the pit bull. They didn't want Buddy the owl. This hurts too much. I can't. This is like an elastic thing. It was driving the horror eyeballs into Manic Mark's regular eyeballs. I don't like that. Okay. The Buddy the pit bull. Baby Animals. Buddy the pit bull. He was a baby. And the people that made the baby, they threw them in the trash dumpster because they didn't want to do anything with them. Okay, so what you got to do is you got to make up the eyeball part, because the cat part that has no eyeballs. So when you read the book to your kids, you have to make that part up. Kittens live, and so he was found by a couple of guys. They lived down in the poor part of town, and to make money, they took dogs in. They made them angry at one another. Kittens are pets that you play with. So the dogs, they would get angry at each other, and they would take smaller dogs to use to make the bigger dog get angry at the smaller dogs. Kittens are pets that you play with. Kittens are pets that you play with. They put big chains around their necks because they want them to be safe at home. It's a big, giant, heavy chain so the dogs could hardly move, and they would make them stay outside in all kinds of weather. And elephants live in a circus or a zoo, and make them angry at the little dogs so that they would be tough. They could grow up in the world tough and take care of themselves as angry dogs. Buddy the angry dog. Fawns live in the forest. Fawns live in the forest with their butterfly. And then when Buddy was done being angry with other dogs, he was all there's no way to it's disfigured. He was disfigured. How can I just... Panda bears are from the Orient. Carrot-filled gardens is a bunny's world. And then, it's disfigured. Oh my God. A lamb is at home in a grassy field. The end. Oh my. Children would ask you to read this book over and over and over again. Buddy the dog, he was tired. He was very tired of being angry, and he was old and all ratty looking. And so the owners, they threw him in the dumpster again because they would be laughing hysterically. So to get them to go to bed and stop asking you to read a damn book over and over again, you got to tell them about Buddy the pit bull. And then he was laying in the dumpster and he couldn't move because of all the blood loss. And he saw the peak unicorn of happiness and hope that came down from the land of unreality and rainbows and saved him and gave him to his forever home of the little tales of Buddy the pit bull. And then they're just like, they get under the covers and like, oh, leave the light on. You'll have to leave the light on. That'll be expensive. It'll cost electricity to do that. But Susie Sunshine, he took care of him and fed him and put a big heavy damn chain on him and chained him up outside, and that's going to be great. I'm going to give that as a gift to one lucky person who's going to be lucky. Oh no, that was just horrible. You can't even go into it like that. Ooh, there's some stuff on. This is a very clean book. You should have read the book the way it was written because your story is horrible to get it as a gift. Now, right to the records. Okay, done with the stories. It's Stereo Action. I found a Stereo Action album for 99 cents at the record store. It's Double Blessings. It's Double Blessings with Margie Clevenger Maudlin. Now, this was an interesting album. I hate to go into it. Where's it from? Eurodisc, Barcelona. It's from Barcelona. Why'd they put a sticker on the back too? It's like, oh, you see the cover. That's not kind of interesting cover, but they spent a lot of money on this cover because when you open it up, apparently that's the guy, whatever he does. But all of these, these are all die-cut pages. Look how this is designed. And you open it up, and the songs are printed on the inside of these pages with color and pictures, and then they get bigger as you go on. The pictures and pages get bigger, and the art and everything. I mean, that's expensive. I hope the music is as expensive as the record. Speaking of expensive, this is Budget on Dunhill. It's the Now Sounds of '68. I always get sucked into these things, and they aren't any good. And I even recognize the artist. I have to back up. It's not that they're not any good. It's just I don't have any taste for gypsy music, okay, because it's the violin and the thing, and it's just, to me, it all sounds the same. But they know how to sell records because they always put The cheesecake, here's a half-drunk gypsy girl with a glass of wine on the front. It's a very colorful photograph. It's an interesting looking model, and there she is having a mood, a gypsy mood right there. Okay. It's a Mystic Moods album I don't have. The Mystic Moods, and it's a gatefold, okay? Why? I don't know why, because they didn't have anything to fill up the inside with, you know. And the cover's not that, the illustration is not that exciting. But that said, Mystic Moods, City Nights, Mystic Mood albums are really great. Basically, they were the first people to experiment with like pop music and environmental sounds. So the whole album is kind of like this texture of mood music blended with environmental sounds that they went out and recorded. And all of them I've listened to are really interesting. Ken and Beverly, Watch What Happens. I don't think I'm going to watch. In this case, I'd rather not watch. But they want you to watch. Watch what? You're going to be listening to it. It's some kind of jazz album. I have no idea. It's a very odd cover. She is not, speaking of hot, I don't want to say this, but this is not, you don't sell records like this. If this is, I shouldn't even go there. They should get somebody like Miley Cyrus to be on the cover of their album to sell records. She doesn't have to do anything but just appear in one of those animal jumpsuit things. I don't know. Everybody's complaining about her, and I know nothing about pop music, okay? But I was looking on, when I search for photographs, many times, you know, because it's a photograph and or a slide, these things come up and I see these people that people are paying attention to, like Katy Perry. Is it just me? But she's like half naked all the time too. You know, nobody says anything about her, do they? I don't know, like Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry. I guess that's her name. I don't know. Anyway, feeling life. Who's Grady Tate? I have no idea. And last but not least, Betty Hutton. I've had her records before. I can't remember. I couldn't remember if I liked her or not. But I went ahead and dove in on this one because of the great cover. She's a sinner, which I assume is this, or saint, which I assume is this. Now, I'm going to take my horror highballs upstairs again.
Al meu amic, el mar té la calma d'un Déu adormit. Quan la meva nau busca recer a l'illa del seu pit, el meu amic el mar té el coratge d'un Déu exaltat, i quan s'omple d'aire el meu velat seguim un joc incert. I tanmateix potser el gep de l'onada acabarà amb tot el meu somni desitjós d'anar a aquell port d'atzar. i en el seu vaivé de sol i color aprenc el poc que tinc. És per això que mai no em podrà allunyar del seu batec i fidel viuré amarinat fins a acabar el vent. no té l'humilitat del constant començar. Ai d'aquell que no té més demà que l'avui, que no pren nou alè per anar més enllà. Ai d'aquell ens diran miserable d'aquell dissortat que no pren nou alè per anar més enllà. Ai d'aquell entre les barques quan passa l'amor no du la fúria de crits ni besades. L'amor que passa a la vora del mar és blau verdós i flexible com l'aigua, perquè a la platja hi arribi l'amor hem de tenir una miqueta de calma i una gavina pel cel a dormir, una gavina i una aigua ben blava. L'amor que passa a la vora del mar vol que tot just es bellugui la barca, vola la vela una mica de vent, però té por de sentir les onades. Vol una galta que es deixi besar, però que hi posi una certa recança. L'amor que es diu a la vora del mar és un amor de molt poques paraules. Entre les barques quan passa l'amor no vol ni plors ni gemets ni rialles, que batega com l'aigua. És un sospir que batega com l'aigua.